All right, everyone. Welcome to another Empowered Men. Today will be a special day because we have some young people involved today compared to the other couple shows that we had. Guiding the next generation of men is something we all play a part in. When we show up authentically and install values like integrity, we're equipping young men with the tools they need to thrive. By encouraging empathy and respect for others, we're helping them grow into people ready to make positive impacts in their community. Today, we're lucky to have a couple young men on the panel, and we're diving deep to explore some of the real challenges facing them today. So let's start by introducing ourselves. I am Kyon, your host, and then we'll slide it over to Mr. Vaughan.
Guys, thank you so much. Kevin Vaughan here with the menletstalk network. Good to be here today with you guys.
All right, and Mr. Trey Brown.
Trey Brown here with Eagle Vision Media. I'm a videographer and cinematographer. And happy to be here.
All right, and Aaron Thomas.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Aaron Thomas, music producer. Happy to be here. Blessed to be here. Let's get the show going.
All right, and Mr. Hawkins.
What's up, guys? Virgil Hawkins.
What's up,
What's happening? What's happening? Yes, sir. All right. AO Initiative. Definitely happy to be here joining you, fellas.
All right. So we're going to kick this question off to everybody. What does being a man mean to you right now? And how do you think that's different from what the past generations might have expected?
Okay, well, I'll get it started. I feel like as far as being a man today in this society, of course, I feel like some of the values would never change as far as in taking care of responsibility, like being the leader for the most part, taking initiative to do things that that the norm wouldn't want to do, so it's a lot of responsibility, discipline, and yeah, just making sure that you're on top of your A game always. So they say, stay prepared. You don't got to get prepared. So, I feel like a lot of those values are within the men, or those should be required within men. And as far as society changing now between how men are now versus then, I do feel like a lot of the harder labors that we were doing as we were probably in the past generation, I feel like a lot of those are taken away, requiring people more time to be creative in what they truly want. I feel like a lot of jobs and opportunities in the past came about because of the situations and the work and the lifestyles that they had to grow up in. Versus now, you get to kind of pick and choose and have more of an opinion or feel a way about what you want to do. It's not necessarily you're thrown into situations as much anymore.
All right, and Trey?
I do think there is a difference between last generation and this one. I would say it's men now are a lot more free, not free enough, but a little bit more free to express their feelings and talk about what they're going through. As far as like even when I was a kid, like suck it up, don't cry, don't tell people, don't let anybody see you sweat, that kind of thing. Always have this persona of being tough. That's because growing up, that's what being a man was. Now, like today, it's still like we still see some of those principles, but I feel like it's a little, I don't want to say softer, but it's like being a man now is like walking on eggshells. So we got to kind of like dial back our feelings because we're seen as toxic if we, don't necessarily agree with an opinion. So that's what I think.
All right, Mr. Vaughan.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes here, guys. It's so important. The first part of that is, I think the first part, guys, for us is character, right? This is stuff that I was working on is having a character. And of course, we get that from other men in our families. I'm sure a lot of you guys had an uncle, right? I had like 3 uncles, man. Always looked up to, man, growing up with my dad, of course, as well. So character is so important, guys. Just to summarize that real quickly, that dealing with developing my character, if you will, to become a man in that area. I think that's so important for us today. It's always, actually, that's always going to be, right? Character traits that we all must have as men today. And as it relates to the past generation, guys, I think I think past generations had different battles, right? Every generation has a different battle, bottom line. And I think the different battles are going to determine how we grow, how we see things. And it's interesting, guys, because the same battles are there, just to be who we are, we just want to be who we are, right? And we got so many angles. It's amazing because we as Black men, we get hit from all angles, man. It's amazing when you think about it. So that tells you we are very important on the planet when you hear that, because I don't care where you go, we get hit, man, for something,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's stereotypes or whatever you want to think about us. But the bottom line is that we all have different battles, but we also are learning from those battles as well, because we are still here, man. It's amazing. So I'm excited about the journey, guys.
All right, Mr. Hawkins.
Man, I can't add much more. Mr. Vaughan, as he hit it right on the head. As we're carving ourselves out, things are still kind of, still going in those generational flows. It's just, let me real quick, guys. Aaron, what's up, boy?
How you feeling? What's up, man? I was how you feeling?
I am awesome, boy. It is so good to see you,
yes,
brother.
Sir. You too. It's been a while.
It's been right. I can't even say little Aaron no more. Grown man doing your thing, boy.
Yeah, man.
That's great, man.
Feel good to see you, brother.
You too.
Feel good to see you. But this is what we're talking about, guys. My generation is different from Mr. Vaughn's generation. It's different from Trey and Aaron's generation. However, there's spillover. There's intersections in what the expectations of a man should be. And it all kind of it revolves around the upbringing and what we were exposed to as men.
Right.
So if we was exposed to men who were coming up and had their things together and doing what they could, we then got that embedded in us. Okay, I see what that looks like. But it goes the flip side. If we grew up and all we had access to was men who wasn't sure how to be men or did not want to accept the responsibility of such, then we take on those traits as well. And so for me, is recognizing that as a young man, I had those great influences. I had those guys that were around me that were, my uncle Anthony. I give him that's my heart right there when it comes to the example of what a man does. He's always taking care of his family. He's always extending himself further to take care of his brothers and sisters. My mom, my aunties. We don't think of it like that. I run around here looking at my uncle doing all these things, and I have to stop and think, well, that's his sister.
Right.
Or that's his brother.
Yeah.
And so when I look at that as a man now, what can I offer my sisters? What can I offer my little brother? But then, now we got families of our own. And we do have to make sure that we're doing the hierarchy correct. Because we need to have ourselves together before we could do any of those things. But it's the exact same thing that gentlemen in Mr. Vaughn's generation face. And then now you got young guys coming up and they're trying to find their way and they're looking at my generation.
Right.
So that for me, that's what it's about. It's the examples that we pull from, and it's the example that we put forth that shows, what manhood really looks like.
Amen. That's right. I was just thinking too, Kyon and gentlemen, the fact that some things don't change. Character doesn't change, right? How we treat people, how we treat ourselves, how we treat our family. And, you know, that doesn't change from generation. But if you don't know, you don't know, right? If you don't know how to do certain things, we have to teach. That's important for us to teach the next generation. That's why it's so important to have these platforms so we can ask questions and help the next generation, because they don't know. Not everybody has an uncle, right? Not everybody has a dad. Unfortunately, you hate to say that, but not everybody has a dad or somebody they can have a mentorship with. So we got to make sure we pay attention to that as we grow each other, specifically our men today as well. Yeah.
All right. All right. So the next question is, so basically, back when we were young, there was no social media.
Yeah, exactly.
So now that everyone has a platform, do you feel any pressure to present yourself in a certain way online?
Yeah.
And we'll start with Mr. Aaron.
Oh, okay. I feel like yes and no, of course. Anything that you put out into these spaces, especially on social media, will always be a representation of you. So, you know, everybody's looking again. My mom tell me all the time, boy, be careful what you posting on Facebook. I got aunties, uncles, people that I went to church with, you know. So, you know, you got to definitely be careful because, you know, even though you're representing yourself, you're still a representation of your family and your background as well. So you definitely got to be careful of that. But at the same time, social media is a place where the key word is social. People like to socialize and, you know, they like to express themselves in their way. So I feel like, you know, it has its pros and its cons in both manners, but yeah, it can be used to, you know, however you choose to use it, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Trey.
I would definitely say you have to portray yourself a certain way. Especially nowadays with a lot of trends and people trying to go viral and stuff, you have to like portray yourself a certain way to get that attention and attraction. And even now, like with business owners and entrepreneurs, you have to be like a content creator to sell yourself. I mean, back then, I mean, I wasn't owning a business back then, but I mean, your work sold yourself and you as a person, not your social media. And I feel like I got caught in this trap, you know, you have to like portray yourself with chains, money, cars, you know, like, you know, not necessarily those things, but like that lifestyle of, oh, I got it all together. But really behind the camera, you struggling, like it's real life, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think we portray ourselves a certain way. I'm breaking out of that mode, kind of. Working on, you know, just being me, like raw me. If you don't like it, all right, cool, I'm not for you. But yeah, I'm definitely working on it.
All right. And Mr. Hawkins, let's see what you got to say.
I mean, yeah, just for Trey, just the vulnerability and the expression that you just put forth is a real thing. Hey, here's what I've gotten the impression that I should be on social media because I see this on social media, right? That whole term influencer, you know, it's the new generation of television. It's the new generation of entertainment. And that's what you're going by.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, we looked at our, you know, movies and all this type of stuff like, oh man, but it wasn't until somebody pulled that curtain back and was like, nah, that's not real. This is how and that's what social media is. And you have to be careful with it because you can present something and put forth an image and have it be taken whatever way the person that's taken in is going to view it, right? But then on that backside, you know, how true is that to yourself and your soul when you look at yourself in that mirror? And so it's different levels. Again, fellas, this forum that we're in, we have representation through a vast amount of lineage. And so my experience with social media, I seen it develop. I seen it explode.
Yeah.
the guys that's under me don't know a life without it. So they think it's normal.
Right, right.
And Mr. Vaughan, I know you have right that level, but that for me, that's the biggest thing is when people pull back your veil, what is their truth? What is that truth to it?
Yeah.
And are you comfortable with it? If you're comfortable with what people see while you're off of social media, then that's great, whatever that is. And so,
powerful, man.
Yeah, Mr. Vaughan, what's your thoughts on social media?
Oh man, Keon, I couldn't wait for my turn, man, because this is a great topic, man. Well, let me give you some quick data, man. 8.6 billion people on the planet, right? 5.6 billion people are on the internet right now. 5.6 billion people, okay? Now, growing up, guys, this is not social media. Social media is not social media, as you guys know, right? When I grew up, guys, man, we were all over the place. I mean, we were at people's homes, your friends' home. We eat at their home. We would play. We ride our bike somewhere around town. Go to the local gym, play basketball. But whatever, man, all of that. I mean, I knew my friends. I still know some of them today, man. And that's social. Social media is not social, man, because you don't know nobody. You ask some of those young people, man, do they have any good friends? They're probably going to say you don't have one friend. I'm talking about one real friend that you could trust and confide in. The friends that I have and grew up with, I can give them the keys to the house, man, wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Right. So social media, please, guys, is not social media. Not all of it. I'm not going to say all of it's not. I'm just going to say most of it's not because you mentioned it, guys. We never get to know anybody, right?
Yeah.
You can put on a face all kind of ways, man, and you'll never meet them. You don't know if they're true. In fact, I'm asking questions now. What's your credentials? You want to sell me something. Well, who are you? I don't even know.
Exactly.
Yeah, they want to do surgery on you. You don't even have any doctor, not even a doctor. They want to do surgery on you.
Right.
But guys, social media today, we got to be so careful today because we don't get the chance. And the world is starving for attention to know. We got to know each other, man, confidentially and of course, respectfully. And I think that's the challenge today. People just don't have good people they can even go out and enjoy a good coffee with or something or a dinner with. That's why this fellowship is so important that when we get together, not only live and virtual, we get to know each other, and have fun. So yeah, growing up was totally different today, guys. And people don't even want that. They rather text you in the car while they're in the car instead of talk to you. You guys are in the car, nobody's talking, I couldn't believe it, man. So, back in the day, man, we'd be talking all the way to wherever we're going. We'd be no phones, no nothing. We just be talking and yapping and stuff. So it's totally different today, but we have to learn to engage. And of course, we have to be careful today. There's so much going on today. We have to use a lot of wisdom, right, in this area. So, but the goal is to develop some true friendships, guys, some true people that you can confide in. And of course, trust as well, along with our growth as well. So that's the key, because we're all starving for attention, man. I tell you, everybody needs to have somebody. People say they don't like people, they lying. they just don't have the right people in their life, to be able to connect. So yeah, Keon, this is a good one to hear, man.
Yeah, it is, because social media is I would say it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Right.
Because you got people that go on social media that don't have the heart to bully people. Right. They'll do it on social media.
Right.
But then when somebody see them in person, they're a totally different person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's the bad part that's one of the bad things. There's plenty of them. But, one of the good things is you can learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like I've heard of YouTube University.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube and anything that you want to know, you can find it out. Or with the AI, you can go on AI and you can learn anything that you want to do. You can help it. You can have it help you run your business.
Exactly.
And talking about business, we have a young CEO on here, Mr. Trey Brown. What's your thoughts about business, as in how you started and the challenges of it?
It started out of necessity for freedom. I didn't want to.
Right.
When I got out of college, I've had I went through, looking for jobs in my field, finding out I don't have enough experience. Okay, what is the next job I can go to? And so just chasing like, job after job. I'm like, dude, I hate this. I'm like literally miserable here, like working. I'm like, dude, like, is this what adulting is? Like, like hating your job, but you can't do nothing about it because you need the money. And so I'm like, look, what do I want to do? I grew up playing basketball, had hoop dreams, wanted to go to NBA, all that. And I'm like, okay, but was it what I wanted, or was it pushing, by my family or friends, or like, so I was like, I want to do videos. I like movies. I want to make movies. So I'm gonna start my business, and then I'm gonna see what happens. Now, I didn't necessarily have any like step-by-step instructions or like help with it. So I'm still like learning like a lot. I'm still a new business. It's only 2 years old. So yeah, I'm still trying to navigate and figure out stuff. It takes a lot of discipline to, man, like have everything in order, have all your contracts, your invoices. Like it's a lot of things that a lot of ugly things that people don't tell you about running your business. And even though I feel like you work harder owning your own business than a 9-to-5, because it's like it's your business. You got to take care of it like 24/7. So even though I'm working harder than them, I'm loving it because it's what I want to do. It's my creation. I'm not making anybody else richer. I'm making, I'm building wealth for myself, and and hopefully I can pass it down to my children if they won't follow. If they don't, I can, keep the business running somehow. But it's bigger than me, and yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. That was a quick spin-off question there, because I know we needed to. That's something that we don't get to talk about a lot to younger men, is them starting their own business and being their own boss and being able to do what they want to do out of life. Yeah. But also knowing that it's not the easiest thing to do to have your own business. So I just wanted to pull that out to you real quick. Yeah. So people don't talk.
Before you move forward, Trey, what is your business?
It's a video production company. Eagle Vision Media. We cover conferences, we do interviews, short films, and anything pertaining to video. I'm still narrowing down my niche. So if they want one specific thing, okay, I know to come to him. But right now I'm just seeing what kind of videos I like, or what works best. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah, good question. One real quick, Key, I wanted to mention to the brothers too as well. They may already know this, but you guys, because of the people that are on the internet, 5.6 billion, we got to do more videos. So you got to promote yourself, guys. You have to promote every day. You got to promote what you're doing. You don't have to necessarily be live, but you got to do more videos, record them, and then post them as you need to do that. As you know, you can schedule your videos as well to go out a certain time. So please do that, because people just don't know you're available. They don't know where you're at, and we got to get their attention. They put all that other junk on there. I'm going to put my stuff, that's good stuff on there. All we got to do is override all of that, guys. So I'll be glad to help you guys through give you some tips on that through Keon later on. If you guys need some help with that, let me know.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
All right. How do you get past the fear of like, okay, not looking stupid, I guess. Or like not necessarily not looking stupid, but like getting behind, like, oh, they gonna make fun of me if I post this. You know what I'm trying. Okay, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Do you play ball?
Yeah.
You hoop?
Yeah, I hoop. Mm-hmm.
You got a jump shot?
Yeah.
Got Jay?
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to develop that jump shot?
Took a minute.
Took a minute? What did you have to do?
I had to practice. Yeah.
Same thing with your business. Same thing with what you do. The more practice you put into it, the more you start to hone your craft. There's that, then you build that confidence. And now you're not worried about what nobody else thinks, because now you're confident that what you're putting out.
Right.
is to your expectation because you put the work in to learn that craft.
Got you.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's what I love it. Hey, Keon, that's good, Hawkins. I love that, man. We got to talk about this, guys, because I just solved this one for me. I solved this just recently about this, Brother Brown. So I want you guys to pay attention to this. First of all, we have no fear. That's the first thing, okay? There is no fear, okay? It's overrated, I found out, all right? Matter of fact, the good word says that God has not given us a spirit of fear. I said, wait a minute, if I don't have a spirit of fear, what am I fearful of? Now, what I did find out, brothers, what it is, it's a lack of information, lack of intelligence. That means learning something, right? And a lack of information and knowledge and education. That's what it is. So that means we have to learn our craft. Brother Hawkins, you hit it right on the head. You just have to learn it. There's nothing we can't do.
Absolutely.
And we have a black man, we have every profession from A to Z, we are doing something in there, from doctors, lawyers, athletes, all the above, from A to Z. So we can do it. We just got to know we can do it. But it's information, right? I had to learn how to do something. Information, education, and training, all of that, guys, will eliminate anything that you think you can't do. That is so important, man. So all I can say is learn everything. Matter of fact, you can Google everything I just told you. You'll learn it. Man, guys, this is so important. We don't let nothing stop you, and don't worry about people. Don't worry about it. It's not for them. They'll thank you later, maybe, but if not, you're the one responsible for your success, guys. So please understand, guys, no fear is based on information, knowledge, and education. We just don't. I got to get it. If I want to learn something, go learn it, Vaughan. Don't be complaining. Don't say they're going to be mad at you. No, go learn it and then let them be mad at you.
That's it.
That's it. And the most thing about it is mentality.
Yeah.
What are you mentally trying to do?
Yeah.
Are you trying to work for somebody else, or are you trying to work for yourself?
Yeah.
You got to get out your own head, and this is one thing to myself too. I have to get out of my head and just do it.
Same here, bro.
Yeah, I also do videography, and sometimes doing them like vlogs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I be kind of hesitant to do it because what people thinking. Forget the people.
Right.
You walking down the street, block them out.
Right.
Just mentally block them out and do your thing. And that's how most of the people that's on YouTube right now that does vlog type of stuff, they got millions of people that's following them because they'll go in a restaurant, sit a camera down and talk to the camera and eat their food and tell them what the food tastes like and all this. There's people around them. I done seen where one person was laughing in the background looking at the man, but the man is making millions of dollars.
Yeah, laugh to the bank.
There you go, man. That's it.
It's for the people, but it's not. It's mainly for you.
Just do
what you need to do.
Yeah, just do you guys. Just do you.
That's it.
Yeah, just do you guys. It's gonna be fun.
Aaron, your music.
Oh yeah.
With his music, and this is the thing we have to remember.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that's waiting for whatever it is that you're producing in content.
That's it, brother.
There's somebody out there. You can go through the plethora of maybe I miss doing this. Maybe I don't have this piece of equipment that will help this. Man, look, when I first started All or Nothing Productions with Kyon, our motto was quality productions, period. And we stood on a large, man, if it ain't quality, we ain't putting it out.
Yeah.
We ain't released nothing. Because we so stuck in our own way about it got to be so quality. People not worried about that. Number one, we in the era, we just talked about it. Mr. Vaughan just summed it up. If you have a compelling story behind what you're doing in business, number one, that attracts people.
Yeah.
Then number two, if you're consistent in delivering your content and you consistently do it, at that point, it doesn't matter because now you're garnishing and you're talking directly to those people that are for you.
Right.
And once you tap into the people that's for you, now along with the practicing, along with getting that information inside of you, and thank you, Mr. Brother Vaughan, understanding that God did not place fear in us. Fear is not of the Lord. So once you figure that part out and you connect your spirituality with what you're doing, and understand that that is a God-given talent, you're unstoppable at that point.
Right. That's right, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't do, brothers. Nothing you can't do. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Do it all.
Yeah, you got guys going to the, I think about going to Mars already, man. We ain't even got there yet,
Right.
Think about going to Mars,
Right.
jumping off buildings and jumping off, mountains and stuff, flying.
Man, look, they now have robots. They have robots walking among us, serving food, doing security out in LA.
Yeah.
And we're worried about posting a video to Instagram. No, man.
Do it.
Get your stuff out. Get it out. Get that off of you. And then the more you do it, and then by the end of this, fellas, I do have a challenge for all of us, because it does take the support, right? You want to feel supported and know that you're supported. Well, it starts with forums like this. And I'm being absolutely intentional in my dedication to supporting everybody that I connect with. I'm being so intentional. It's now a part of what my routine is every day. So instead of picking up my phone and aimlessly scrolling through Instagram, I got a list of everybody that I love, respect, or got connections with. And every day I'm looking for whatever they posted brand new. And I'm hitting that like button and I'm doing that comment. Because now with the algorithms, the way they are, you have to do both. And so that's my contribution to letting people know, hey man, not only do I rock with you, but I see you.
Yeah. Powerful, man.
And so that's the other part. If you starting to support people and people starting to reciprocate that support back, on top of your practicing and on top of your faith and your getting righteous with everything that you're doing, man, come on, man. Ain't nothing. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yep. So now we're gonna slide back to the questions at hand. I know we kind of got off there right quick, but that's needed. That's needed. Talking about business with younger men and young, and getting yourself ready for whatever you need to do in life. We need to talk about that more, but we're gonna get back to that on maybe another show. So one of the things that's important, well, how important is it to you to have a friend that you can genuinely talk to, not just on social media, but generally, like a person that you can go see today, face to face, and talk to? How important is that to you fellas?
Incredibly important. I think that's one of the most important things. As human beings, honestly, we all need that person that we can connect with, that can understand us when other people don't. You can talk to about your highs and your lows. You need somebody to vent to cry, crack a couple of jokes with, somebody to just understand you thoroughly. I think that's incredibly important. It's, like I said, just really important. I have friends and stuff that like you said, that I met on social media and things we talked about earlier, that you can have a connection with them, yet when you meet them in person, it's kind of like awkward at moments and stuff like that, or it's not. So I really appreciate that in person interaction with people that I've met organically just throughout life, and we were able to create a bond and have those conversations. So it's needed. You need people. I don't think no one man can win the race. It's a team behind everybody. So
Trey?
And going back to God, he's very intentional. So in Genesis it said, "Man alone is not good," and I feel like he put that in the beginning to show emphasis. Look, you need other people, not necessarily a woman, but like other people, like a community, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. I know there was a study done with babies, babies who was held after they were born and babies who weren't. the ones who was held like survived because they had that human touch. And I think community is very important. We all need some help. You can't get to any place of significance on your own. So yeah, man. We need each other and we need support. So yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Hawkins.
I actually want to yield to Mr. Vaughan because I know he's finna take this one to another level.
Man, I just wrote down the steps.
I see it. I see it. I see it.
Guys, this is critical, guys. If you don't have this, you have to get these areas of people in your life. You got to have a mentor, right? Got to have some type of mentor. You can have many as you need in that area. You got to have a coach of some sort, right? In your field, right? So, Brother Brown, in your field, you need to find the best in the area that you have and say, hey, can you mentor me or can you be my coach?
Yeah.
Just find the top person in that area. I don't care if it's man or woman. Just go and get that done. The next one, you got to have a resident skeptic. Somebody says, hey, you're messing up, Vaughan. You need to get back on track. So you got to have somebody who will be honest with you. And guess what it does, guys? It protects your soul. Woo, man. It protects your soul, man, especially for the believer now. I'm talking about mainly. It protects you, man. If I'm going in the wrong, you see me guys in the wrong place, you need to say something, man. If you ever see me in the wrong place, say something to me so you can help me out, right? And then you got to have a good friend, right? I think you mentioned that, Brother Brown. And Brother Thomas, you got to have a good friend, a confidant that you can trust, that you could just cry. Even if you got to cry it out with them, man, you just cry it out, get it over with, and nobody else hears about it. Or if you got some things you got to share with them confidential, you got to have a good friend that you can do that with, man. Whether it's over the phone or live, you just be able to have a great friend. You got to have at least 1, 2 good friends in this area, man. Just powerful. This is so critical, guys. So critical, especially with the mentors. Got to have the mentors, guys.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna go ahead and answer a little bit of that question because one of my longest and dearest friendships is on this with me. So it's been 40 some years.
Yeah, man.
Dating us, but it's been 40 something years that it's been some time in between, moving from high school, trying to figure out
exactly
things, you lose touch a little bit, but then you always come back. So with a friendship like that, that's something you don't find nowadays. Over I'm stop dating myself, but over 40 years, knowing this person, this person being cool throughout the whole situation. I don't even think we ever had an argument.
Except when it comes to Mac and Windows.
He whatever. But yeah, man, we I don't think we ever had an argument. We may have had some disagreements. But that's life. Everybody can have disagreements. But this is truly a person that I can go to with anything that I need to go to him for.
That's powerful.
I don't do much of the crimes, though. I try not to do all the crimes. I'm gonna say it like that, because we was always raised that crying ain't gonna do nothing for you, so why do it? But crying can actually do a lot for you because it releases a lot of the stress or a lot of what you're going through. And then if you got somebody that you can talk to, that you ain't gonna hear your business from this one, that one, that one down the street. That's some of the most important stuff to find in a friendship. If you got somebody like that, I would say be true to yourself, but then also know that that's a true person to you. So, yeah, I think it's very important to have somebody that you can communicate with, that you can even if you take a little drink with or whatever the case may be, but still learn from each other. Be real to the point where you can tell this person, no, this ain't good for you. Even though this person may love what it is or doing what it is, it's not good for you in the long run. So find somebody like that and keep.
That's powerful, guys.
Mr. Hawkins, your go.
Man, you got me a little choked up over here, bro. Got me a little choked up over. Now, it's real, guys, because this me and Kyon has probably seen every aspect of our lives from growing up,
Yeah, bro.
high school.
Yeah.
Both of us went and did college things, and now to be men raising our families, doing our businesses. I can't brag on this guy enough. Just to watch him and his evolution and what he's been able to do and accomplish, and the obstacles that he didn't overcame. No, he lost his mom. He got displaced. And I watched him through all of that, shrug that stuff off and said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing in me that would ever withhold anything that I got from somebody like that. And then it just turns out that we got the history that we got. I don't have nobody else. Man, I grew up down the street from this guy. Man, we played the same. There's nobody else in my life right now that yes, it is. It's only one person, and that's Buck. That's Buck. But he's in our circle. And so my life is so blessed, guys, because I look in front of me and I have a blind guy that's out in front of me as my mentor, as Kevin Vaughan said, and he's mentoring in the business space. And he's so this guy puts together stuff because he's on another level with intellect, just because he don't have the sight to be able to do the things that we take advantage of every day. I look to the right-hand side of me, here's Kyon. Here's my example of what it takes for driving determination to get you where you want to be in life. Now, you may not have every single thing that you want, but dang it, you did the thing to a point where now you're actually accomplishing those goals that you set out for yourself. I look to my left-hand side, here's my spiritual leadership and my guy, McKinley. So here's my spiritual covering. I've also watched this guy come from doing things that typical 20, 30-year-olds do, but now this man is growing his ministry, heavily involved in all the lives of the people of his congregation and raising his family, building his business, and able to provide that spiritual insight that, hey, because I know you on this intimate level and I get to pray for you from this aspect, this is what God says. And you need to be able to trust that. And then at my back, I got my best friend Q, who at any time, him, Kyon, like he was saying, at any time I could pick up the phone and they know exactly where my heart is having trouble at. And I can say, hey guys, I'm struggling with this. What advice do you have for me? And I could trust the advice because it's coming from people who know, who I know don't mean they're not getting nothing out of it. They're not going to use the situation against me. They're not gonna try to benefit off of the pain.
Or judging.
Or judging.
Yeah.
That's a blessed life. That's a blessed life, fellas, because I'm whole. With that surrounding of men, I am made whole. And then there's other guys that I definitely could throw in there, like my guy Chad. Me and him work together, and he's on another level of just having a comfort of being able to have somebody dependable that you work alongside with, that you can depend on to get stuff done. So I mean, I could go on and on. I'm gonna try to taper it right there, but having a village is so important, man. And those are the people, Mr. Vaughan, that hey man, here, you need my car, there you go. I trust these guys. All of my kids love these guys. They're uncles. And now, anytime, if anything ever happens to me, I know my kids is taken care of. I know my wife gonna be good. I know that at least that village is gonna come together and say, we got you, don't worry about it. And because I'm gonna do the same thing. So
powerful.
Yeah. So go ahead, Aaron.
Oh no. I was just agreeing. I was agreeing.
Okay. So now, to the experienced guys, we'll say it like that. The experienced guys. Quick question is: have you talked to your children about expressing their feelings? 1, 2. How do you encourage them to open up about their emotions? Mr. Vaughan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I got an awesome son, man. He's in his 40s, man, and we talk about well, I think one of the key things is give him my experiences, right? What I learned, and being transparent on certain topics, that come up that would affect him. So it's so important just to be transparent with our sons and daughters as well, of course, but to specifically our sons, to let them know, hey, Dad's is still a human being, and he goes through a few things, and it's based on what he's going through, right? It could be paying the bills, it could be loss of job, getting a new job, dating a woman, whatever it is. We just kind of just be real transparent with them on the things I made mistakes on things I had victories in as well, And basically, it's what we call lessons learned, right? Lessons learned. You just share those with your son or daughter. I don't want to leave the daughters out, of course, but for this platform, as we talk to our men, whether they're our nephews or sons, we got to let them know, hey, there's some lessons learned in life we want to share with you, and be a little transparent. They don't have to know everything, of course, all details, but you let them know on the level that they can handle it, as well. So that's so important, guys, just to be who we are. We're still their dad, right? Still their dad, still their uncle, still, the person in their life. But we got to just let them know, hey, we're human too, and this is what we learn. We're not going to continue to be failures in the area, but we're going to give you a lessons learned, and here's the why. And I think that's so important too, guys, is to share the why. Why do we tell you this? There's a reason for all that, as well.
Right, yeah, you can't just say because I said so. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore, man. Yeah, I grew up like that. I say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Not today. They want to know, why are you telling me this?
Right. Mr. Hawkins.
The last time I was on here, I shared that story about my son, me telling him to do something in the kitchen, and he looking at me and like, why? Because you said so, and it made me stop. Like, oh, you need the reasons why. Right. And from that day, I've been absolutely intentional about spending time with my son. We sit and talk. There ain't no talking between video games and talking between TV shows, and nope. Hey, come on, it's me and you. Let's go rap. Whether it's before you leave out to school, so I can put something in you to help you deal with whatever it is you about to walk into that day. Hey, I want to know what's on your mind for today. What's happening today? Any challenges or you think you gonna meet for today? What went on that you might not know how to deal with? And it's I'll tell you, fellas, that for me that didn't change the game. I never had anybody to just sit and just mind dump to.
Right.
And to start him at 12 years old, where me and him can dialogue. Hey man, this off record,
Yeah.
What do I need to know about you? What it is, what do I need to know to help? And that's what he said he wanted from me. He wanted more conversations and spend more time talking about what he's dealing with. And this coming from a 12-year-old. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it. And I'm so intentional now with it, with everybody in the household. Every week I find that pocket of time. I spend time with my wife every Monday night. Kids already know it's Monday. Y'all go, y'all in bed. We ain't turning off no lights and doing let me be quiet. But we're spending time reading. Whether we're reading the word, whether we're reading relationship books or whatever the case is, we spend that time, and I give that time to her because she needs that in her day. I'm intentional with all three of my kids, especially my son, because he's the oldest and he's walking into challenges he never had to face before. We come from the Midwest where things not as aggressive as they are in the South. And so he's used to walking in a room and being the light and everybody in there happy to see the light. He walks into his classrooms in Georgia, and because we're a spiritual family, they see that light. First thing they do is try to attack it and dim it. No, son. And this is why. And this is what keeps me making sure that I have all the things in me built up. And I'm walking in responsibility to make sure he sees through me the integrity, the character, the intentionality, the work ethic. And so those are the things that drive that. So being a responsible father goes so much deeper than just putting food on the table.
Right. Right. Powerful, man. Powerful.
Yeah,
You know, Keon, I was just thinking about this, guys, again as well. I want to share this with you because it's so important, especially Brother Brown and Brother Thomas, you guys in the media and doing your thing in the area of video and so forth. I want you to consider the wisdom of the ages. And that means capturing the wisdom of those who are older than you. Just ask specific questions about how did you raise your sons? How did you raise your daughters? You know, just learning how did they raise themselves, maybe in some cases, right? And just learning from that, you can learn so much from. We did that with my grandparents, man, and my mom. We just back in the day, we carried around the VHS, the video, right? The VHS video recorder.
Right.
Yeah, we would do that at family reunions, man. Family reunions, I would record the family reunions, and we would interview grandma, man, mom, and them just to ask specific questions about how they grew up in the day and how did they survive, you know, racism or whatever it was during that time. But that's going to be a key area to help develop us as well. That's how we learn. We learn from the elders as well. So I want to encourage you guys to find out more, specifically those elders that are with us now and still have their functions, you know, that they can share things. But we need to ask more questions to our elders, man, so we can learn from how to be successful. How do you get to your 90s? How do you get to your hundreds, you know?
That's something that I was thinking about doing actually with one of my aunties is doing something like a documentary.
Yeah, highly
do it.
You know, just
do it, bro.
Some questions and you know, kind of go back to where they come from. You know, all that type of good stuff.
I was fortunate enough to document my grandma and all her kids before she passed. It's the best thing I ever did, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Absolutely. Turn it into a film. That's a short film, brother.
Yeah.
That is a short film. Put that joker in some film festivals.
Yeah.
Do that.
Definitely that.
Yeah, because the nation needs it, man. You know that our society needs character. They need wisdom. And some people don't have the people behind them to tell them the way to go. They don't know. They're doing they just doing what they want, and they don't even know why they're doing it.
That's it. And then the flip side to that is you ain't got to be no Kardashian to have your biography told. You ain't got to be this famous person that no. I want to know about your life in totality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. And there's more than enough to do. You got a whole movie studio sitting behind you. So get to work.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? There was this one thing that I was doing with the church a while ago. I was in a what they call a small group.
Yeah.
And we was playing this game. We pull cards. I don't remember what the name of the game was, but we was playing this game and we would pull cards. And when you look at the card and you relate it to your life. I pulled a card that was of a house that had the windows knocked out of it and everything. And that related to one of the childhood homes that I lived in.
Oh, wow.
Which we used to call the chicken coop. And with it being the chicken coop, it had holes in the walls.
Yeah.
It had windows broken out of it.
Yeah.
It had caught kitchen fire.
Yeah.
Raccoons was getting in there.
Yeah.
You know, snakes was getting in there. Some part of it had caught an electric fire.
Right.
We was living my mama had 4 kids. Well, she had 5, but it was my oldest brother was going to the military.
Yeah.
And 4 kids and her living in just a small part of the home.
Wow.
With a wood burning stove. And every day we go to school, we getting talked about because we smell like wood. Or we wearing hand-me-downs and stuff like that. Now, the members of the church, most of them was white in the group that we was in. They had no thought of anybody ever living like that.
Right.
So it kind of messed the mood up for the rest of the day, but they wanted the truth, so I gave it to them.
Right.
Because to me, some of the stuff that they were saying couldn't have been true, because all they remember from what they were saying is going to the beach, going out on boats.
Right.
They're not saying none of the hardships of growing up.
Right. Right.
But to, you know, to a Black person, our hardships are way different than theirs. So that may have been their hardships, or, you know, and I just didn't understand them.
Right.
So saying that is because, you know, sometimes you got to be transparent.
Right.
And doing a documentary, that part will probably touch a lot of different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, I know that's all off subject, but
No,
you know,
this is perfect, man. Yeah, because people don't know how to live. You know, I'm learning. You got to learn how to live, man. You got to have examples, right? I don't know how to produce all that out of myself. You got to have other people helping you, and you got to see that right living. I'm talking about right living now, of course. We got to see that. We see that from our grandparents, man, uncles, aunties, cousins. Man, we got cousins that are PhDs in our family now, man. And my best friend, man, became a colonel in the Army. I grew up with him, man. He was a colonel in the Army, man. I saw him get his recognition as a colonel in the United States Army, man. We used to sleep over each other's house, man, on the weekend, you know, and beat each other up, you know, and have fun, you know. Yeah, so yeah, it's funny.
Right. All right, so we're gonna move on and hopefully get something a little bit better than what I just talked about.
It's all good.
All right, so now we're going to talk about mental health.
Yeah.
What's been your experience, and how do you take care of your own well-being, Mr. Brown?
Say the question one more time.
What's been your experience, and how do you take care of your well-being, mental health wise?
So, I mean, this is something I'm still learning too. My experience with mental health growing up was, I mean, it was, I don't know. That's kind of tough for me. I don't know. Because I never really like talked about mental health like with anyone really. But yeah, man, I was just the quiet cousin, the quiet kid. I didn't really talk about, you know, what I was going through because I mean,
Yeah.
and I mean, being transparent, even if I like did, like you said, I would hear it from somebody else that I didn't tell it to. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't really speak about, you know, certain things. So now, I mean, even now, I mean, I like nature. I go out to the trail, go out for a walk if I need to clear my head. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a tough question. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So you never found that one person that you can just let it all out with?
Not yet. I mean, but I mean, it'll come soon. Hopefully. I mean, but no, not really. Not. Yeah, I couldn't be completely vulnerable with anyone yet. I guess the closest is my fiance, but yeah.
Even that's restricted.
Right. Yeah. You can't really say everything. So,
brother, you dropping some gems today, Trey. Just with your just being open and honest like that, brother. Because that's something that is a very hard question to answer.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
that's a very hard question to answer.
So, any males in your family, have they ever spoke to you about their feelings?
My dad would give like little tidbits here and there. We never had like a one-on-one sit down where we just like, hey, be real. Like let's just be completely open, completely on. Like I'm it's not to bash him because he's been in my life. You know, a lot of Black kids don't have a father. Like he was in my life. He worked a lot, and you know, you miss some you know, some games or whatever. But yeah, just to like I can't remember having like a serious like one-on-one with him. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should. Well, this is just a thought. Maybe you should go to him and ask him how's his mental, how he's doing mentally, and maybe then that way he'll open up a little bit. That way you can open up a little bit, and then once y'all see each other opening up, that'll get y'all to maybe open up even more.
Yeah.
Is he still here? Is he still with you?
Yeah, he's still here. Yeah.
Is he close?
He's in Florida. I'm in Georgia. So, well, yeah. But yeah, he's in Florida.
Hey man, here's a challenge. Before the year is out, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna come together like holidays and Christmas and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
yeah.
y'all do the family thing.
Well, my parents recently divorced, so yeah, it's kind of.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. I ain't trying to get all the way in your business, but a challenge. I want you to be absolutely intentional before the end of the year. Have 2 heartfelt conversations with your father. Find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Yeah.
Open up dialogue as simple as, I mean, Mr. Vaughan gave it. I love our older generation because they laid the template and the foundation before us. He gave us the blueprint. Invite him out to dinner. Hey, Dad, let's go hang out. And intentionally open up a conversation that's been hard to start. And be very intentional about it. Not to the point where it becomes argumentative, and definitely prompt them before you open this up. Hey, this is the intention of us going out to eat. How do you feel about that? So that way it's not awkward. You're just not, But I challenge all of us, if we can, be very absolutely intentional on having at least 2 hard conversations with somebody before the end of the year, because the dynamic of exposing those vulnerabilities sheds so much in inhibitions. Every inhibition that you probably hold on to that's affected other areas of your life can be released if you mentally get over certain huddles. So when I hear that, just by you saying, man, I really don't have nobody to open up to, you're guarded. And it's not the fact that, you don't really have nobody. It's a trust thing.
Yeah.
It's a trust thing. And the only way to break that trust thing is to really force yourself inside of areas that you have been compartmentalizing, but now given the ability to just say, hey, look, it's time to address it. And intentionally step out to do it. There's so much healing in that, brother. And the only reason I can speak on it and tell you this, I did it. I was able to do it. I was able to break through so many of my inhibitions by having one hard conversation and being absolutely truthful, number one, and vulnerable to hear whatever that repercussion was, number 2. And I'm be 1,000% honest, it's nowhere near as hard as you think. We make it so much difficult because our minds want to stay in this area of a fictitious piece that we got about ourselves. And we're tormented by the smallest things that once you open that area of having that conversation, you can then release so much of those inhibitions that's holding you back from other stuff.
Powerful. Wow.
And Mr. Thomas, same question to you. What's been your experience on your mental health, and how do you take care of your own well-being?
Okay, so I feel like my experience has been fairly well. I do feel like I guess I give you a story as far as like playing back on like having people in your circle as well that can help lift you up in a lot of moments. Again, growing up, especially in in a different era, people are a lot bit more straightforward, a little bit more, I was a very loving child. I used to love my parents so much, tell them all the time. I know people were playing a lot. Hey man, stop with all that, man. Come on, man, you a man. Stop doing all of that. But my mom would always pull me to the side and be like, no, say it whenever you want. Tell me whenever you want. Tell me you love me. Tell your pops you love him whenever you want. So I feel like those were like the building blocks to start helping me with moments in my mental capacity where, whenever I needed those moments of help. So, it'd be moments when I would be down, frustrated, stressed, and I would always, because of those lessons mom taught me so long ago, I would always revert back to going back to my pillars in my life. My parents, um, my uncles, my aunties, people that I really trust in those moments to just not lead me down the wrong path. Even being a teenager, you start going through your emotions and stuff like that. With having a strong foundation, they most of the time they can pick up on your pattern. They can start understanding, hey, some might be a little bit off about them today. Let me go ahead and try to give them a talk, give them a, see what's going on, where his head is. So, I feel like in those moments, I really appreciated that. And I was able to use those as a sponge and just remember that whenever times like that happen again, I have those people to call on. So like, now even as an adult, I still have, I know, even when I'm overwhelmed, even when I'm in the mood to not talk, I know it's somebody always there for me to, make sure that when I am able to come out that bubble or that shell and I am able to express myself, they're gonna always be there for me, rooting for me, looking for the best interest in me at all times. So I definitely give a lot of my friends, family, just my background, my backbones in general, I give them a lot of credit for that. And as of now, again, I feel like I'm still doing pretty well mentally. It's of course it's challenges every day. Every day there's going to be a challenge, but again, I try to stay humble about myself, keep myself grinding, and making sure, like I said, I still have that keep the in the background. I'm not doing this alone. I'm not doing this alone. So it gets hard. It gets hard. I definitely, I'm coming up on. I just turned 32 not too long ago. So yeah, yeah, just turned 32. So, it's been a process, but we still working. We still working towards our goals. Like I said, I still thanks for my uncle. My uncle Kyon right here. He been there a long every step of the way. Whether it's calling whenever he can, or when when I literally live together, he'll wake me up. Hey, do this, do that. Just getting me, keeping me sharp, keeping me on my toes. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a good space.
That's great, man. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So we all learned it from a generation above us.
Yes, definitely.
My uncle Donnell, we used to call him Uncle Pops.
Yeah, the greatest.
Because he was an uncle. He was the father. He did being transparent, completely transparent. My mama had a boyfriend, but he wasn't worth nothing. Well, I didn't learn anything from him from a male standpoint.
Right.
Everything I learned from a male standpoint was either from the streets, from older brothers, older cousins, or my uncle. And that was, that was the standing stone for me, because he was a good dude. He liked everybody. I don't think nobody ever tried to cross him or, do nothing wrong to him. Well, there was one situation, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Right.
But, everybody was cool with this guy, man. Friends, people can walk down the street, like crackheads, we'll say that. Crackheads will walk down the street. He'd be like, hey, you want something to eat? Just random people. If they look like they needed some help, he was going to help them some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, man.
And that's the type of guy that I aspire to be, because there's people that you can help. There's people that you can't. Because those that you can't are the ones that's stuck in their ways and do not want change.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that need just one person to help them out in some kind of way, to get them to the next point, or to get them to a point in life that'll take them from starving to being able to help the next man. So if you standing in there somewhere and be a positive light to somebody.
Yeah.
You never know who or you never know how, but God got a way to let you know you need to help this person.
Yeah.
You got to listen to that. How he going to talk to you may be different than how he going to talk to me.
Right.
How he's going to provide you the ability to help this person will be different from me. But mentally, we got to help each other.
Yep.
Because no one has 100% of what they need or know 100% of what they're going to go through.
Right.
And you could just be walking down the street and notice somebody crying or something.
Right.
Why is this person crying? You okay? You need a hug? You need somebody to tell you that they love you? You know, what's that next step?
Yeah.
But we as men need to be open to allowing God to speak to us to help this next person.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, you know, we all over the place today, fellas. We all over the place.
Important topics, man. These are important stuff.
Great ones, great ones.
Absolutely.
All right, and another question to the aspiring, let's say that, to the younger men. All right, dating has changed so much. I even heard a thing that some young men now making TikTok videos to impress some females that they want to date. Do you think it's easier or harder to make genuine connections with dating apps or social media?
Oh man, that's again, I'm still kind of like I feel like I'm a nexus point, baby. Like I was the breaking point between the older generation and the current generation. So I feel like a lot of the things, you know, I see both sides. Me personally, I still love the natural approach. I still love the dates, meeting a person face to face, you know, the interactions that because you get to pick up on smaller details and stuff like that about a person. You get to see how a girl interact, you know, with her friends versus how she gonna react with, you know, when she's around you and things to that nature. So, you know, it's a lot of things that you just pick up naturally, that you just don't see over the internet. Over the internet, you know, I mean, you know, I've met a few females over the internet, and they, you know, they were cool, you know, conversations and stuff like that. Then when you actually meet up with them, it's just like, what you doing? Or they sit on their phone the whole time, and it's like it's no real socializing, no real moments of trying to actually get to know this person. You know, because they're so comfortable behind the computer. That's where their safe zones, you know, are for most people. So, you know, I prefer I prefer just doing a lot of things the traditional way in the sense of like, you know, just getting to know a person like I want to, I don't want to just text and, oh, you call me and hit me up when you need something, or, oh, let's go out to eat. No, let's chill. Hey, we can sit in the car and talk for hours. You know, I want to try to build those levels of, you know, with women as well as, you know, doing things romantically for them. So like, yeah, communication has always been a very big thing for me. So if you can't, you know, if you can't really communicate, you can't really get to understand a person, you know, while they're in front of you. It's pretty difficult. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I feel like dating is very like superficial now. It's about what you got, what you could do for me.
That's it.
It's like, you don't like me? Like, you don't like me? Like,
everybody think the catch. I'm the catch. I'm the catch.
Man, right? Yeah, it's like, And then I feel like this has to do with like the changing of like gender roles now too. Men can't be men. Like we can't.
Right.
It's seen as creepy now if we try to do this, but if we don't do this, it's like, what you want us to do? Like we we can't say this, but you want us to say this, but not this way. But it's like I'm so glad I lucked out and found my girl, because I mean, yeah, she's a sweetheart, and like she told me straight up, look, I don't care about your money. I don't care about nothing you got. Like, I want you for you. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm sold. But nowadays, it's like man, yeah, I feel for this generation,
Yeah. But
man.
just to kind of like piggyback off what you were saying, man, I definitely feel like social media in a way has definitely ruined like
Yeah,
the way people
Right.
like they develop expectations that are almost
man.
unrealistic for like, you
Right.
know, oh, I want this type of because they see it on social media all the
Mm-hmm.
time. See, you
Right.
know, most of the time they're watching the wealthy guys buy brand new
Yeah.
Maseratis and
Right.
oh, I'm buying my girl the Cybertruck. I'm gonna take her to Paris, France, and things
Right.
like that. And it's not that you're not capable of doing those things yourself, but that's
Right.
the expectation that they have through the gate. Through the
Through
gate,
the
you're not
gate, right?
spending money on me. You're not doing this. I don't even want to entertain you. And I just be thinking, like, man, what happened to the moment of somebody just liking you? What happened to that? Like, you know, I generally, and that's again another part of why I truly appreciate it, like in person interactions, because again, like like me, I try to be as pure hearted as I can. If I like you, it's not because of what you got. It's not what because of what you can like. You know, I
Yeah.
probably see the potential within you, absolutely, but I definitely like just like you for who you are in that moment
Right.
of conversing with you, of
Yeah.
interacting, being around you. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, the internet, the internet definitely makes it a lot harder to date nowadays for sure, because
Yeah,
everybody has different intentions. Not all the people are trying to just get with you just because they truly enjoy you or being around you. They want something out of you most of the time.
yeah, yeah. And I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And this is a topic that needs to be discussed like
Yeah.
a lot. But porn ruined a lot of relationships too. Everything is hypersexualized.
Right.
Everything is
Yeah.
is oh, look at my body. Let's show.
Mhm.
Let me show you how much skin I can show off. Let me, oh, I got that good. Nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like
Right.
okay, without that, after the post nut clarity, if I'm being like honest, do I still like you?
Right.
Like I don't. I like being transparent. I've been with girls like after we I'm sitting there laying next to her. I'm like I don't like you. Like
Right, you pick the phone
like
up immediately trying to leave. Hello.
right. Like and man, I feel like yeah, porn has a lot to do with that. A lot of men are addicted, and nobody wants to say nothing about it because it's normalized now, and on our side we're expecting women to do certain things that's not realistic, So
Right.
we're approaching women with this type of attitude, and like a good woman, let's say for example, and she's not like on that, and then men will just, all right, cool, I'm on to the next. So I mean, it's on both sides. It's on both sides now. I will say that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
powerful, Mr. Brown. Yeah, you're right. That's the real talk, buddy. Real talk.
I know that yeah, the social media this is one of the bad things about it.
Yeah, it's not social, man. It's not social at all.
Right, not at all. It's just we'll just say it's media then.
Yeah. Exactly.
'Cause, I got a young gentleman that I work with. He told me about an instance with him and this one female,
Yeah.
and somewhat for him, he's kind of chauvinistic, so I can almost expect
Yeah.
the females to feel how they feel.
Right.
But young gentleman got to drive a nice car, took the female out, and they went on a date or whatever,
Yeah.
and they ended up back at her place, and they did whatever they did. But then the next day she tried to pawn him off to her friend.
Mm.
So
Wow. Yeah.
what are you trying to get out of that? He's one of
Right.
those types that I'm paying for everything. Don't worry
Right.
about it.
Right.
So now why would you pawn him off to your friend
Right.
unless there's some type of goal
Right.
to just get him for his money?
Right.
Right. Right.
So I mean, and that's just crazy to me because
Yeah.
today's women, if they don't see some type of money, they
Yeah.
don't want to mess with you.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Yeah.
They don't want to mess with you. If you got a 9 to 5 and
Right.
you just starting a business and you still in your struggle stage, They don't want to mess with you. Once you get the money, once you get the fame, it's like, hey, you remember me?
Right.
And me, myself, I will say, no, I don't remember you.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and then that reason is because I don't know you.
Right.
All I know is what you perceive to be. You perceive you not doing nothing.
Right.
You not making a whole lot of money. You working a job, you
Right.
know, but because I was doing those things, I wasn't good enough for you. Now that I'm making this or doing this, I'm good enough for you.
Exactly.
So no, I don't know you.
Right.
Now, one thing for the older gentleman, if you had to go back in the field, how would you do so in finding your helpmate? We're gonna since you are shaking your head, Mr. Hawkins.
I ain't going. I'm straight. Ain't nothing else. And in this generation, there's nothing out there that's even worth a no. I'm good.
But you
I'm
still
good.
have your you still have some women that still have
I
that
It's
true
few and hard
value.
to find, though. Honestly,
yeah, man, look, I got it. I mean, she in Zimbabwe somewhere because
right.
right now the things that's required to make my life have harmony and melody, it don't exist in this day and time. You know, I'm a traditional guy still. You know, you got to be able to cook, clean. You got to care about taking care of the house. You got to care about, you know, all the elements that go inside of the femininity of a woman. And it's way too many masculine minded, you know, women out there, and a lot of these times it's not even their fault. It's not.
Right.
It's conditions and circumstances, situations, and then the lack of spirituality and following the paradigm for which God created woman. If you don't want to buy into that, then you don't have a place next to me, because you know my faith is before anything. And me understanding the structure and the dynamic of how I'm made as a man. If you're not interested in complimenting that, then well,
right.
Yeah.
because I exist as a man without you. I'm already a provider.
Right.
I'm already a protector. I'm already,
Yeah.
you know, those things. I don't need a woman to validate any of that. God has already sanctioned, verified, and you know, gave me the right to go forth and bear His name in all that I do. So the woman does nothing but come in and support that. But at the same time, yeah, men do get lonely. Yeah, we want companionship. Yeah, we want somebody to talk to and trust and confide in and ensure that what we're giving is of importance and value to the whole life cycle. That's what the woman does. She gives us the reasons to be able to have those things in order, but we don't, you know.
Right.
And you talk, and I feel you, Trey, when you say, you know, when you start talking like that, now you sound like a caveman. Now you sound like, you know, now you massaging, you know, all those type of things.
Oh, you don't like women for real? It's like,
Right.
brother.
Nah, there just is a really, really, really basic elemental fact of, hey, this is men and women, and these are the dynamics, and these are the roles for which they play in. Whatever society is saying about things these days, I let society deal with what they dealing with. As far as me and my household, this is how we do it. So
absolutely. Yeah, powerful.
Now I know some of these questions we won't get into. I think we are a little bit past time, but we're gonna ask one more question. Okay. With technology constantly evolving, what advice would you give to young men today about setting and reaching career goals?
use the tech that's out there. Get for anybody that's not using. I still, both old and young in today's times, are still apprehensive or negligent in their growth of understanding of the tools that are at your disposal. You can launch a whole career. My son is getting ready to launch a whole business at 12 years old.
Yeah.
And he using the GPTs to do it. I'm not sitting there, hey son, this is how you gotta make sure your finances. I ain't doing all of that.
Right.
Here's this tool, use it for this, give him the boundaries for which to do it in. And now you can set. One of the things that I do through the organization, I help entrepreneurs starting out, what they want to do. You can't tell somebody like me, hey, I'm getting ready to start this business, or I want to start this business, but I gotta wait until I figure out how to. You gotta know. Come here, let me show you how to do this. And I literally took a guy. Hey man, I want to do a clothing business. I got my idea, I got my name, but I'm just waiting on to do the paperwork. I'm like, what you waiting for? Oh, I ain't really got. I paid for his business license, helped him sit and form his LLC. It took 30 minutes. Now in 30 minutes, we done got your articles of incorporation in. You didn't file for through the registry through Georgia, and we got your EIN number. Oh, and here's 100. Now go start your bank account to keep your money separate from your business transactions and your personal transactions. Right. What else is in your way? What else you got now? And so that to do business today, it's like that. There's so many resources, tools available. Now it's all about sitting down and honing what it is that you're really trying to accomplish in the business. But even with that, with the use of GPTs, you should not be struggling today with trying to get forth your vision, because that tool specifically helps you narrow in your vision. Mm-hmm. Because you can literally say, hey, act as my whatever, help me narrow in this blah, 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 so that I can do this with it. And it will literally give you step by step on how to do that. And if you don't like it, oh, that was good, but I think you could go a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. And you ask it questions. What else would you need to know from me that I can tailor your response specifically to my situation? And it will give you a list of things. Okay, I need to know this. You answer those questions, and it will give you the specific information that you're looking to move to the next step. Yeah. If people are not doing that today, or if they're not interested in learning how to do that today, good luck.
Yeah, because everything is coming down to AI.
Everything.
Everything. I mean, you got AI beat creators. You got AI, for everything.
Yeah.
Bruh, I go and like and subscribe, kyon.edwards on Instagram, shameless plug. The last video that I just did it was in support with the Clayton County. They did a tech fair. And in 20 minutes, I did a promotional video and had AI write a song. And they lost their minds.
Right.
Lost their minds. Because all I had to do was sit there and as a creator, I'm a producer engineer, so I'm around people. I know how to put some words together and make them rhyme. Exactly. All I had to do was type up the lyrics.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, now AI, make this song. Right. And that's literally what it did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, man.
Yeah. The tools are there. If you're not using them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. About that, Kyon and you guys wrote down some stuff as Brother Hawkins was talking there. You got to consider, only because I did these, you got to have a video bio of yourself. Video bio, whether it's personal or for business, so you can promote that and push that out. You got to have a video for your personal self, right? You're just who you are if you want to use that for certain reasons, right? You got to have a video business card. Just turn your business card into a video. Brother Hawkins just mentioned how you can do that, man, and push that out on your platform. You got to understand, everybody's on the internet, man. Everybody's on this. You can do a whole movie off of this, man. It's amazing with the quality. Y'all know that already. You can do a movie off your phone. Isn't that crazy? and then get money for it, make money for it, and probably go to the film festival and win it. That type of thing. So keep that in mind. You also have to have do video on your beliefs. If you're trying to date women, put something out there. It's really nice, and just say, "Hey, this is what I believe. Y'all interested? Give me a call." But if you're not interested in that, don't call me. You can have some fun with that one. And you can even have one for your goals too, guys, to let people know a little bit about you. And believe me, you'll attract, for the brothers who are looking for, a mate or dating, you can attract the right person, because you're only going to take the people that are going to respond to you, hopefully to respond properly. And you'll at least got an opportunity to get the right women in your life. Even if it's just going on a date, at least you'll have a right date, that night, and you can have a conversation. But you're right, man. People don't know how to even communicate. Wait a minute, you don't even know my name? You forgot my name already?
Oh, wow.
I just spent $300 on you. You forgot my name. That's a clue. That's a clue, guys. Right. So that's a big clue right there. So anyway, you can have some fun with the tech, guys, as you know. But don't give everything out, of course, on the technology. But you got to let people earn the right to know you as well.
Right. So speaking of goals, do you guys set goals, not just for relationships, but for life things that you want, life expectancies or whatever the case may be, or business wise? Do you guys set goals, and do you pay attention to those goals?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like you guys taught me growing up, it was very important to write these ideas and these goals out, to actually see and visualize these goals, and actually, again, what they say, faith without work is nothing. So at the same time, not only should you see those things and write them out, you gotta actually try to put some work towards doing it. So again, as long as you're doing that, it should all turn out just fine. I remember first moving back to Illinois after I left Atlanta some years back, and I had a conversation which led to me pulling out a sticky note and writing down about 7 goals that I wanted to do. They wasn't, to me, they were very important. To the next person, probably, who cares? But I wrote those goals out and I achieved them, and it made me feel so good about myself. And it just kind of like struck a fire to the match, just like getting me more prepared for doing it for my next set of goals and stuff like that. So it just if you know what you want to do, you write it down, you visualize it, you see yourself getting into it, and you put that work in. It's going to everything you envision will come to fruition for sure.
Yeah. And to piggyback, man, he said he hit it on the nose with that. But yeah, speaking from my experience, I used to write a lot of goals, but to your point, I didn't work them. I'm just looking at this is gonna magically happen. Wow. But nah, you gotta like get up and go.
Yeah. Be specific.
And exactly. Like the more specific you are with those goals, and man, it helps a lot, because this year alone I've accomplished a lot of my goals, video wise, that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
By putting myself out there. I'm not where I need to be. I'm still working on that, but man, I would have never thought I'd be in the position I am today without writing them out and seeing it, envisioning it, and going out and doing it. That was the biggest part I was struggling with for a long time.
Lord says, write the vision, make it plain.
Absolutely, man.
And that's really where it starts. But then you have to have the follow through and the execution on it. And that's the great separator. The great separator is the follow through and the execution. Because you can sit and plan, you can have these goals, you can sit and your brain can keep you up at night, and you can be out writing and all this. You can do all that. But then if you're not moving in accordance to what your plan and your vision is, what good is all that? So, and that's the great separator, the separator from the people that actually have the stuff. We go out, we watch movies, we look at commercials, these are the people that took that step and got that. See, Mr. Vaughan is killing it. That's what I'm talking about. In real time, he's showing us the amount of initiative that gets you to the next level. Literally, he sat here and just visually brought to life exactly what I was talking about.
Right.
The intentionality and that drive and that initiative to make it happen right then and there. And then you just got to set yourself up. You got to make sure that your life balance is set up for you to do that. If your business is important for you to be successful in, then set yourself up and make sure that your business is the most important thing around your health.
Right.
Your health should be first, because if you're not healthy, nothing else matters. You have $1 million, but if you land in the bed incapacitated, what good is that doing? Right. But outside of that, you have to be very and absolutely intentional on making sure that your business is structured. You have the goals and objectives, and they're obtainable. But then after that, you got to go through and follow through and execute. That's what's going to set you apart. Don't just have, hey, man, I want to do this and I want to see. What steps are you taking to get there? The best thing any young entrepreneur could do, get you the understanding of project management.
Yeah.
If you go through and start understanding how to arrange your ideas inside of a project management tool, your execution becomes so secondary, because now you're just going step by step by step. And that's the biggest thing. We have these big goals that say, I want it. This is my end goal. Now you got to figure out what is the things that'll go get you there. What are the challenges that you're going to need?
Right.
What are the resources that you're going to need? And then this is to the audience of people that may be watching this. Let's stop putting ourselves in a position where we're so much of a time crunch with these plans and ideas.
Right.
You got a whole calendar year. If you have an idea and a sense of doing something, and the best time frame for it is is less than 60 days away, don't try to do that.
Right.
Don't do that. You need, to be effective, you need the bare minimum is 90 days.
Yeah.
The bare minimum. So something you want to do with Christmas, it's already time. You should be already executing your plan right now. Because your planning should have happened in July. And if you can't do it this year, and it's a good idea, start the plan in 2025. That's the biggest thing. We set ourselves up for failure for trying to crunch stuff in these little time windows. And now we throwing our money away. We don't have enough time, and we can't focus on anything else. Right. And when it doesn't work the way we seen it in our head, because we ain't have enough time and resources, now we're hard on ourselves about, oh man, no, you set yourself up for failure in the first place because you didn't project manage it first.
Perfect.
Yeah. So basically, get you, like he said, get you something that can, outline what you want to do. So
Google got free tools. Use them.
Google, and there's this app called Notion. Notion can put everything that you need in steps. It's a little work into it, but you still have the platform to, okay, I want to become the best videographer for my company. What steps are you going to take to get to be that best videographer?
That's it.
Give yourself ample amount of time to work on those goals. But then also, don't forget, you do have to take breaks.
Oh yeah,
you have to take breaks.
You gotta enjoy yourself.
Tolerance breaks is important.
You don't take a break. You
burn out.
You burn out basically.
Yeah.
Mr. Vaughan, I love what you got going on.
Right, this is amazing. Right here, he's the evidence of it. Mr. Vaughan, I respect you and love you so much, man. It's right on display for us right now.
Right.
Yeah, I tell you, bro. Yeah, I tell my clients, man, we ain't playing over here. We are not playing.
You are not joking around.
Playtime's over, man. We got to make that money and help the people.
That's it.
So now, a challenge to you guys.
Yeah.
For the younger guys, find a guy that's younger than you.
Yeah.
Mentor him into life. Mentor him into find out what he wants to do in life.
Right.
And mentor him to a point where you can see the goals are starting, or the wheel, as they say, the wheels are starting to turn for them in that direction, as well as kind of help them set goals for themselves if they've never set goals before.
Yeah.
And same thing for the seasoned guys that's on here. Just find somebody that you can mentor, or somebody that you could put some love into to get them to the next step.
Yeah.
That's one of my challenges.
Yeah.
Any one of you guys have any challenges for anyone on the panel?
Kyon, real quick, I just wanted to share with the brothers on how to get that done, right? How to get that accomplished. One way, not the only way, but one way is do a video. If you're looking for a mentee or somebody to mentor, let people know you're available to be a mentor. So put a video out there and let them know they can contact you for a discovery call, 15 minutes, and see if they're serious or not, and make sure they're, legit persons. If they're a teenager, they got to get permission from their parents, from their guardian or whatever. So do a video on that if you're looking for mentees as a mentor. And then, of course, you can have a discovery call with them later on, or a Zoom, just to kind of get them ready, and then find out what they want to do in life, and then figure out what area they need help in as well. So we got to just put what I want to do is flood the internet with what we do, what we want to do.
Right.
Not all the other junk that don't make no sense. It's not helping anybody. I mean, anybody can do what you're doing. Are you helping anybody? No, you ain't helping nobody. Okay, great. We ain't doing it. So yes, consider that, guys. Do more videos. I want to encourage you guys, do more videos on what you're trying to accomplish, and then you filter that information out based on the responses you get.
Will do.
Mr. Hawkins?
I've set my challenge out to everybody a little bit earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Be very intentional about having two hard conversations before the end of the year. And it will help you, it will free you up to be able to meet other challenges that you thought were unattainable.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're here for you, man. We're here for you, Brother Thomas and Brother Brown. We can help you in any way. If I don't know, I'll find out for you. We got a tremendous network. I know Brother Hawkins does and Brother Kyon does. We got a tremendous professional network. I sent you guys two links that you can check out too as well in the chat for networking purposes, where you can network with other Black professionals around the globe. So pretty cool.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Now, one thing that you would take away from this conversation and implement it into your life, Mr. Thomas?
Again, I kind of mentioned it before, but I just harp on it and just say, again, you're not alone in this battle. You're not alone at all. Again, even with the personal goals that you set, you do have a backing that will help you get to those, whatever. You have, like you said, you mentioned before, we have the internet, but you also have your backbone. Your people that you can go to, your mentors, your guidance, that you can talk to and help you, achieve certain levels that you probably wouldn't have been able to do by yourself. So I definitely feel like keeping a strong foundation definitely is like the beginning of something great.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Brown?
One word that stuck out throughout this whole panel was intentionality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just being more intentional with spending time and reaching out to other people, and being intentional about the videos that I put out too. So just with everything. Yeah.
Mr. Hawkins?
Hey man, again, Kyon, just number one, thank you to you and Teresa for being studious and good stewards over you guys' gifts and talents, because y'all gifts and talents bring in people knowledge, wisdom, and information that wouldn't have been available had y'all not followed y'all path and y'all calling. So that's the first. Then for me, again, these are being able to be a part of things like this. Not only is so therapeutic, but it's empowering, and it allows the ability to just to have the fellowship and the camaraderie, and know that even with someone that I'm close to, that his network extends out to the point where you're just bringing in so many knowledgeable and wise individuals, no matter what the age is. And so I take from this, guys, another feather of fellowship. Trey, brother, I mean, we in it now, you know,
Yes, sir.
and I reconnected with
Yes,
with my
yes,
young partner, man. I'm so proud of this guy. I'm so
man.
proud
Thank
of
you.
everything that he's been accomplished. And then with Mr. Vaughan, this just continues on to the good time that we had last one. And so we could just go continue to work, man. It just feels good to be with like-minded fellows that are marching and moving themselves in the right direction. So I'm so thankful and proud to be a part of it.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Vaughan.
Oh man, hey guys, I'm gonna flip the screen real quick to give you a little taste of what's really important here. Let me go and get out the way because I want to show you the importance. This is the key to everything, folks. I can tell you guys, this is the key to everything.
Wow.
Jesus, the Christ, ladies and gentlemen, he is the key to everything. I don't know if you guys can see the crosses in there, but that's the whole purpose of that. But I want to make sure the brothers know that Jesus is Lord and needs to be Jesus as Lord in your life for everything, whether it's dating, marriage, business, all the above, guys. It's just incredible. So I want to let you just share that with you guys, that Jesus is the key to everything, guys. He'll give you even ideas. He'll give you new ideas.
Amen.
He'll put the right people in front of you. He'll build your bank account for you based on his glory there as well. So all the above is so important.
Wow.
Amen. So I want to just share that with you. That's our key to success is my whole point here, guys. Key to success.
That's
Yes,
it.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
God bless you, man. Anything I can do to help you guys, let me know.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So last and final thing here is, how can people contact you if they wanted to be a mentor to you, or if they wanted you to be a mentee to them? How can people contact you?
All right, well, I'll start first. All my social media platforms are Dudeovadere at Dudeovadere. That's Dudeovadere. And you can find me literally on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud. Again, this for my music people, of course, my SoundCloud, BeatStars, YouTube, whatever you want, you can get in contact with me any way possible. I got it all, so it won't be hard to find.
That's right.
What was it again? Dude?
Dudeovadere. Dude over there.
There you go.
E-R-D. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
You can find me on I mainly use Instagram at eaglevision_media. You can find a lot of the works I do there. I'm working on a website, so stick around for that. But yeah, that's my main way to contact me.
Fantastic.
All right, Mr. Hawkins.
It was eaglevision_media.
Yep.
Got it. There you go. Got you. Trey. Yep. I like to do stuff in real time, right there, just to know, so you know, not only it's being intentional to let you know that I'm very intentional about us staying in contact, about me supporting what you're doing, about being a voice for and champion what you guys do. I tell everybody, if you want your business put out there as far as like what you're doing, let me know, because I don't have no problem championing everybody's business and what they're doing. I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader for anybody that I care about, because that's what we're supposed to do.
That's
We're
right.
supposed to be able to cheerlead for the good people in our lives, because as Mr. Vaughan said earlier, they promoting the bad stuff. So why are we not championing our own circle? And that's no, I take it. I got two challenges. That is the other challenge that's out there. Start being very intentional about putting your people on blast with the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
And again, I'm adding people to that checklist of what they got going on. Let me hit the like, the subscribe. Let me put a comment on what they're doing. not only to just show support, but to make sure that it helps increase what they're doing and to further on, hey, at least somebody's believing what I'm doing. That's really a very intentional thing that I do. But you can find me on social media at Taoniorg. That's TAONIORG. And we're on all platforms.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Vaughan.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out the way, man. 'Cause I want you to see this logo, man. Okay.
Woo!
You guys get excited about that. Hey, welcome to the future, guys. Welcome to the future. Welcome to your future. Hey, you can reach me at menletstalk@gmail.com. menletstalk@gmail.com. Our website, guys, is mltnetworks.net. mltnetworks.net. And let's get it done, folks. Let's get it done. Thank you so much, guys. Here to help you guys. Anything I can do to help you, okay? Let me know. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right, and for myself, I was just about to say Aaron's little tag now. Well, me is DJ Talented _1 on all social medias. And I'm also, typing in, everybody's stuff. So just in case you didn't get it from completely as they were saying it, you're getting the tags here.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts, fellas?
Hey, I'm excited about you guys, man. I'm just excited about your future, really. Matter of fact, one of my signature moves, Brother Hawkins, that comes from old school, man. Bam! Your future is so bright.
I know that's
so bright.
I know that's right.
It's so bright, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, Brother Thomas, Brother Brown, Brother Edwards, all y'all's future is so bright. I got to put my shades on, man.
Man, y'all shining, fellas. Y'all are shining, fellas.
Yes, sir. I want you guys to become the millionaires and the billionaires and around the globe. So I want you guys to continue to do what you do. And again, if you need some help, we're here to help you, man. Our goal is to make sure you get to where you need to be. And we tell our friends and colleagues and people, whatever God told you to do, just do it. That's all I'm saying about that. If God gave you something, just do it. You will be successful. If God put it inside you, he already said you're going to get it done. But guess what? He don't force us, does he? He does not force us. So all I want to do is encourage you guys to keep going, guys. Be encouraged and know there's nothing you can't do. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. And, Mr. Thomas, any final words?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, just everybody make sure they stay locked in on this journey, stay blessed, keep God in your life, keep God in your life, keep God in your life. That's the most important thing you can do.
Yes, sir.
That, as long as you stay focused on your goals, you stay locked in, everything should turn out just fine.
Yes, sir.
All right, and Trey, final thoughts?
Man, thank you guys. I mean, the amount of knowledge I received from each and every one of you, man, it's been a blessing, really. So, I mean, I just want to say thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, just before we go, a little bit of a challenge. I challenge us all. We all are in the media space.
Yeah.
I challenge us to all put a project together with everybody having some type of an element involved in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have to get back with each other and see what directly you want to do.
That is absolutely the intention of it.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out some time, but we can call each other.
I don't care what it could be a commercial, it could be a PSA, it could be us coming together to do a joint business promotion thing that we do on social media. Whatever the case is, I challenge us to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that, Brother Hawkins. Guys, I want to encourage you to do this as well for everybody in business. You notice every time you're on video, your brand should be here.
Yeah.
The brand needs to be behind you, guys.
It will be there next time, I promise.
Yes, sir. Every time your brand, your QR code, website, whatever you got, every time you're on video, people got to, because that's what they're going to remember. They're going to take a picture of it. They're going to do whatever it takes to get in touch with you. But please get your backgrounds where your brand is always with you guys, so you can let people know that you are ready to do business with them. And believe me, you'll get more sales, more business, and more contacts. I believe.
That's a
Well,
gem.
guys, you got to do that.
That is a gem.
Yeah.
That is a gem.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
got to do that, guys.
So, fellas, I have the space. If y'all want to come together, I know, Aaron, for you, it'll be a little bit of a challenge. At this point, right now,
this moment,
we're not gonna stay at a challenge.
Of course not.
But I have the space if you guys want to come together, and then we can still do another Zoom with Aaron and figure out what we're gonna do. Figure out a day that's good for everybody, and do what we need to do.
That'll work.
Sir.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely,
I
man.
love it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
hey, matter of fact, y'all stop me because my brain goes that way. When is the next panel discussion?
it's the last Saturday of every month.
So the next one will be November
the 30th.
November 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should have a commercial done before our next panel discussion, inviting people to view it.
Absolutely.
With some music beds, with some visuals, with all of us speaking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we will get on that and start, figuring out what we're gonna do and figuring out how we want to do it.
Is everybody in Georgia, Kyon? Everybody in Georgia?
Not Aaron. Aaron,
Okay.
The only one that's he's in Illinois right now.
In Illinois, good deal. Okay, I just want to put it in my notes, man. That's good.
But them wave files can travel.
Yeah, you know it. Whatever y'all need, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, that's wonderful. Well, guys, I want you to have an awesome day today, man. Y'all be intentional, as Brother Hawkins mentioned earlier. Be intentional and be in the moment as well. Enjoy today, because we don't have to worry about what happens tomorrow, right? Because it ain't here yet. So we gotta enjoy today, man. I want you guys to be on point today.
Yes.
Sure.
So again, that was a great show, fellas. Great.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Learned a lot from each one of you fellas, even the ones that may be younger than me.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely the guys that's in my RAM, and the guys that just a little more seasoned than than I am. I'm always gonna learn something from Mr. Vaughan. He always doing something different on his backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, just a plethora of knowledge that you got to listen to, because he's done things. He's been there, and when like they used to say to us, well, you ain't gonna know until you find out.
Right.
Don't listen. But I like to sit and listen to the older generation, because there's a lot of things that you can learn to avoid those obstacles.
Right.
They've already done those obstacles or been through those obstacles, and can tell you a lot about those obstacles that can help you out regardless of what it pertains to. Relationships, life, financials, everything, mentors. See, Kevin don't know that he gonna start being my mentor. So and I'm glad that we was able to meet one another.
Yes.
And we did a show called I forget it, my dang old self, when we started it. It was about men. The first show that we did, Kevin, at the Limelight Theater.
Black Fathers here.
Yeah. So basically, that was the first one that we did. It was over,
powerful, bro.
Things that Black fathers go through. Those have been in the house with the kids, and those have not had that ability to be in the house with the kids.
Right.
Which I am one of those that did not have the ability to be in the house with the kid, but I never gave up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of males that's given up prior to being able to, be with their kids because of certain circumstances. There's some that don't care.
Right.
They just still kids themselves and can't, fathom being a father because they never had a father.
Yeah, right.
So that's another show I got to get you guys on, to get your thoughts on that part of
Yeah.
situations that go on with Black men.
Mhm.
But this is the end of the show. Great speaking to every one of you guys.
Oh.
And again, stay humble, stay hungry, stay focused. Thank you guys, and you have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.